All right, today is one of those days where I get a chance to breathe a little bit and take a step back before a lot of the work starts coming. I have a bunch of filmings coming up and projects that are launching. So before that happens, I think that I need to get some Lasser Media content out, because of all the content I'm putting out for other businesses, got to make sure I'm putting out content for my own business, right? So today is one of those days where, I do have a chance to kind of focus on my business, which is really, really useful. But first, I have a few things that I actually need to get done before I can dive into that, because I need to focus on my clients first.
All videos should tell a story. We believe content that is meant to be shared with thousands on social media should compel, inspire, and educate.
This was not the easiest shot to put together. Worth it though. So my key client base is pretty much people who are management professionals, who are government agency directors, people who have been in the field for at least 30 years. So what I'm doing right now is I'm working on some videos that are not just content that I've put out for Lasser Media. It's not just pieces that I put out for other clients, but it's pieces that are specifically ads for my business. I'm trying to create content. I'm trying to create content that gives a little more backstory, so it's not just like, here's what we produce, but here's who we are. It's the same concept of exactly what I'm doing with these YouTube videos, with my Instagram page and personal branding, but I'm also reaching a different demographic. And it's not, especially with YouTube, with Instagram, while there are people who may be leadership professionals, it's not the main base. I mean, most of the people that I would be targeting on Instagram, YouTube are younger, which is great, because long-term strategy for my business, that's huge. That's huge for my business to grow within the young professional community. But for those who have been in the field for quite a while, who are currently in management positions, they're mainly on Facebook. They're also on LinkedIn, and that's something I'm getting into a little bit, still learning about it, but for right now, focusing on Facebook and creating some ads there. So the idea is to be more intentional about the service that I'm providing and the service that my team provides at Lasser Media. So one of the key things that I noticed when I was thinking about this a while back, a couple months ago, is that I really didn't have any content of me and my team working. And it's kind of hard to create a video that shows who we are without showing us. So I decided to be proactive, and actually around the same time, Amog reached out to me, and he's the one who helped me, if you remember, from the behind the scenes corporate videography video that I did a couple weeks ago, and so, which turned out great, super happy with it. And Amog was fantastic, and that's the kind of stuff that I needed, where I needed the look behind the lens back at me, because I can show all this content of this is what I've produced, but you need to look at these are the services that you're providing. So now I have that footage, and now I can utilize it. Oh, yes. This was the most frustrating thing in the world, and I don't really understand Apple, why this had to happen. So basically, sorry, I'll try to get better lighting. So basically what happened here is I was charging my keyboard. Yes, I know, we have to charge our keyboards now. And my mouse wouldn't connect. So if my keyboard isn't working and my mouse is not working, how am I supposed to actually use my computer and get any work done? So I did the old tried and trusted route and just restarted the computer, and there you go, now it works. But that was super frustrating. So essentially, my strategy here in creating these Facebook ads, one, understanding where my target demographic lies, being on Facebook, one, and then two, I'm being more intentional, because at this point, Facebook advertising is so incredibly inexpensive for what it's worth. The fact that you can reach, I mean, I've only done a couple of Facebook ads, and it's really just been sponsored posts that I've been experimenting with. I don't necessarily know, exactly what works and what doesn't, but with each time that I experiment and put something out, I'm getting better and better results, and I'm also figuring out maybe what doesn't work. So it's one of those things that if you're trying to get your name out there, invest in Facebook advertising, because it's just one of those things that, the rewards, ROI, return on investment, that's what it is. Return on investment, ROI, it's one of those things that you're getting probably the best ROI you'll ever get, because you don't have to pay thousands of dollars for a TV commercial or for an ad placement anywhere else. You're just paying $50, $100, $150, whatever it is to get your ad out there. And now thousands of people right in your area are seeing what your business does. So I know that I'm getting like super fired up about this, but it's exciting. It's exciting because if I can properly figure this whole Facebook ads system out, then this is something that I can and should be using to the benefit of my clients. I want to help them in their marketing strategies, because it's not just creating a video, it's going beyond that. And this is something that I'm learning as I go, and hopefully you can take this advice as well, is, when you're creating a video, it's great. Most likely you're going through the whole process with the client, and then they get their deliverable and they're happy with the product. But I think going that extra step can go a really long way in ensuring, potentially, one, that the client is happy and actually gets a return on their investment, because you think about it, they're spending XYZ dollars on your business, on your service. So make sure that, that they're happy in the end. And they're going to notice that, especially if you're going the extra mile. But even further than that, if your ad then gets a certain return on investment, or you use your knowledge and you tell them, oh, maybe that's not the best way to use it, i.e. posting natively, that's like the best piece of advice that you can give to any of your clients, honestly. Anytime that you're posting something, post natively on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, wherever it is that you're posting, make sure that you post natively. And what that means is essentially that you're not, I'm not taking a YouTube link, and posting on Facebook, because that's just going to come up as a thumbnail and you can't watch the video on Facebook. The numbers and the stats back it up that just is not nearly as effective as if you uploaded the video to Facebook, because either if it's a sponsored post, the video is going to autoplay as soon as someone scrolls in front of it, or the video will actually appear as a video as it's intended to be viewed. So using that sort of knowledge and stuff as you learn, and that's exactly what I'm doing, I'm learning as I go through this, using that experience and that knowledge, that client's gonna be so much happier. They're also gonna get better results, and there's also a higher probability that they wanna work with you again. All right. I'm getting pretty dizzy from spinning around so much. Really excited to get started on this Facebook ad and to see where it goes. I hope that you got something from this. I mean, if anything, this is a learning experience for me, and it's something that I can pass on to onto my clients, what I learned from this, and making sure and refining the details. So you should be able to do the same thing, just learn as you go. I'm not an expert, but I'm trying and I'm learning as I go, so that way I can pass it on. Hope you got something out of this. Hope you enjoyed. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Here's a piece from the video. It's one thing to have a lot of views. It's another to develop a message that lingers in the viewer's mind well after watching. The most intensive part of our production is in the edit bay. That's when the narrative is developed. Each visual is polished and narrative refined to our high standards before our clients receive their handcrafted result worth sharing. Hi, I'm Ricky Lasser, founder of Lasser Media, a creative video production company based in Columbia, Maryland, focused on content created for corporate, social media, and brand objectives. At its core, all videos should tell a story. We believe content that is meant to be shared with thousands on social media should compel, inspire, and educate.